CNN just dropped a data bomb that has Donald Trump pacing like a caged weasel. And for once, it's not because of a criminal indictment. This time, the numbers themselves are the indictment. According to CNN's new election model, the GOP's future looks exactly like Trump's dance moves. Outdated, stiff, and nowhere near as cool as he thinks they are. And if history holds, Trump's political empire doesn't just lose votes, it violently collapses. And there he is, gyrating to the village people while actively banning the very people who made the song famous. It's not just irony anymore, it's self-parody with bad old man heart disease choreography. They call him the voice of the working class, but the only work he's done lately is pardoning criminals he claims he's never met. Therefore, CNN's numbers didn't just sting his pride, they punched clean through the illusion that this guy still controls the room. He thinks the entire world is a rally he can manipulate. But watch his pathetic defense when a journalist asks him about the criminals he's setting free.
Another moment from the interview that is ricocheting around social media, Trump claimed not to know anything about Binance co-founder Changpeng Zhao, whom he pardoned last month. Zhao pled guilty in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws. Watch this part of the exchange.
The government at the time said that CZ had caused significant harm to U.S. national security, essentially by allowing terrorist groups like Hamas to move millions of dollars around. Why did you pardon him?
Okay, are you ready? I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4-month sentence or something like that, and I heard it was a Biden witch hunt.
O'Donnell went on to ask about the connection between Binance and the Trump family's crypto company, and Trump claimed to know nothing about it.
I don't know who he is. That is Trump's defense now. Amnesia as a political strategy. He forgets the high-level financial criminals he pardons, but remembers every comedian who ever mocked him. The man is a walking conflict of interest whose primary defense is, I have no idea what's happening, I don't know what's going on. Therefore, when CNN reports that Trump's popularity is collapsing, you can't expect reflection. You can only expect immediate, venomous retaliation. But he can't spin this one. Here's what the data actually says and why this time the numbers are unforgiving.
Donald Trump is a huge, huge drag in all of these races. Look at his net popularity ratings. In New Jersey, he's 11 points underwater. Virginia, 14 points underwater. Not much of a big surprise in New York. He's 35 points underwater. And I will note nationally in my aggregate polls, he's about 13 points underwater. In our CNN poll, he's way below that, which looks a lot like New Jersey, a lot like Virginia. So these races, in my mind, could be huge bellwethers going into next year to understanding how Donald Trump is impacting these races. He is a huge, huge drag in across the board, New Jersey, Virginia, and New York City.
Do these races tell us anything about the midterm as to what happens here and what might happen in the midterm?
Yeah, okay. So, I was mentioning, of course, Donald Trump being a huge drag, right? He's at his second-term lows, not just in our CNN poll, but across the different polls that we were looking at this weekend. And why is it that these races are so important? Well, go back through history. Jump in that DeLorean. Look at what has happened when Democrats sweep New York City, New Jersey, and Virginia governor. They won the U.S. House the next year 5 out of 5 times in the last 90 years. You go all the way back to the FDR administration. So the bottom line is this. When Democrats do well in these off-year elections, when they sweep New Jersey, Virginia, and New York City, historically speaking, that means they go on to win the U.S. House of Representatives the next time around. And when we're in this national polarized environment and Donald Trump is as unpopular as he is, I think that history is likely to hold if, in fact, Democrats do sweep tomorrow, which at this point looks more likely than not.
We will have to see. We also have some new polling numbers also that makes Democrats not look so good. So it's kind of like wondering whether this historic norm will stay as per usual.
And that, my friend, is why we go 365 years to find out what happens next year.
Translation: Trump isn't just unpopular, he is historically toxic. He's not just a drag, he's an anchor on the entire GOP. CNN notes he's 13 points underwater nationally and trailing in double digits across crucial states like New Jersey and Virginia. More damningly, in every comparable election year since FDR, when Democrats sweep those off-year elections in New York, New Jersey and Virginia, they go on to win the House the very next year. They say past performance isn't indicative of future results. But when you've been losing the popular vote for 9 straight years, it kind of is. Therefore, CNN isn't predicting a blue wave, they're describing Trump's inevitable statistical drowning. His entire career runs on the illusion of inevitability, and CNN just showed the audience is leaving in droves. This is the one statistic he can't tweet away. Trump is the frontrunner, but frontrunners don't trail in double digits across every major swing state. Therefore, 2026 isn't shaping up to be a tight election, it's shaping up to be an intervention for the Republican Party. If the GOP keeps tying itself to the Orange Menace, it's not just him going down, it's the entire brand, all those donors, the ballots, and the entire corrupt con. Remember, this is the guy who called CNN the enemy of the people. Now it looks like CNN might be one of the many saviors, along with independent media, that brings this disgusting man and his administration crashing down. Trump's empire has always been powered by lies and denial, but numbers don't bend to this asshole's ego. CNN isn't predicting hope, they are coldly forecasting accountability. And when Trump finally hears this, he'll probably scream, fake polls, fake numbers, rigged analytics, I'm actually 50 points ahead of Jesus. For once, CNN didn't just break the story, they helped break the spell. Join us to dissect the inevitable meltdown when the numbers finally take his job. If you want to see more stories like this, leave a comment down below and hit the wee subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, consider sharing it with your friends because it really helps a lot. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.